I want to look at a couple interesting things today because something you would commonly hear from right-wingers, especially this last year, was, oh, look at the polling. Biden's down in every poll. You know, it's bad for him because of the polls and blah, blah, blah. And while we've covered largely how this isn't true, though, of course, there's truths in some parts of it, how the polls were concerning in swing states with black voters and so on, now it seems that the tides have completely shifted in Joe Biden's favor, where he is leading Donald Trump in numerous polls. Now, it is important to note a few things. Polls don't always tell the overall story, especially this far out from an election. They're more of a good indication of a snapshot in time, the time in which those polls were taken. And obviously, they're subject to change 8 months, 7 months, however far we are from the general election. But now that we officially know who the nominees are, people are more set in who it is that they're going to vote for. And it seems that polling is giving Biden the advantage. And now that we've came around and the economy is starting to turn, he gave the strong State of the Union address. There is a morning consult and tip poll that has Biden currently up 44 to 43 and 43 to 42. There is Emerson polling that shows Biden up 51 to 49, as well as the Kaiser family polling that has him up 3% at 47 to Donald Trump's 44. And as I said, polling gives you a good indication of a snapshot in time where I think people are starting to wake up and realize that, hey, my personal financial situation isn't too bad. They're hearing Biden tout these economic successes, some of which that might add to their financial situation, or hearing him say some economic things or goals that, hey, I kind of agree and resonate with those. And they're getting out of the fog of the perception that's built out of the narrative that they hear largely from right-wing media. You see it all the time with right-wingers, with the economy and immigration both, where they'll say, oh, I haven't personally been affected, but I know it's affecting people. And it's because of how much they hear about this from the right. They just assume that it has to be affecting someone. I'm hearing this much about how it's a problem, even though that they themselves are not affected in any way. And with things now like the State of the Union and how strong that went, you have the upcoming Democratic convention, and meshing it with the fact that obviously the clear choices now are Trump and Biden, I think we will continue to see Biden's numbers rise, where even before the State of the Union, for instance, there were focus groups who were asked, do you think that Joe Biden is leading the country in the right direction? And before, it was only like 38% that said, yeah, I think he's doing right. But after hearing him talk and tout his successes and his goals and plans, that went up to 62% just after that one speech, as well as setting fundraising records for their own campaign. All the while, Trump's speeches are filled with rage, vitriol, and babbling nonsense. I mean, the stark difference will begin to contrast even more so the closer to this general election that we start to get, and we'll see a combination of both more people wanting to vote for Biden and more people wanting to vote against Trump. And that is a winning strategy, especially when Trump isn't even trying to reach out to the moderates in his own party or in independents, labeling anyone who doesn't bend over and kiss the ring and join MAGA as not even Republicans. He stood on stage and said, I'm not even going to take back Republicans who didn't vote for me in the primary, who voted for Haley or DeSantis instead. He holds absolutely no moderate values that independents can agree with, and he's looking down the barrel of 91 charges. This is building up to be an easier and easier election for Joe Biden to once again landslide, and I, for one, will be here to drink up all the Republican tears when he does so. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.